Good morning, this is a Shaman Oracle reading for the sign of Pisces. Good morning, Pisces. I hope you are all well. In Pisces, before I start your reading, I quickly like to explain the decks. On the left is the Wild Offering Oracle card. It has a saying for the day, a message for you, or whenever you get to hear the message. Next comes Moonology Oracle card deck. The Moonology card deck has many categories like new moon, full moon, special moons, and for each zodiac is assigned a new moon card as well as a full moon card. Then comes the Celtic Plant Oracle card deck. It has many plants, herbs or trees in that deck that are relevant to Celtic life. And lastly, we have the Celtic Shamans pack, and this card deck has lots of different categories like vision, movers, empowerers, the worlds, the elements, the totem beasts, and the shapers. And this is a very imaginary, dreamlike card deck that lets us travel and gain into the Celtic life and the Celtic understanding of their belief system. Okay? So, let me start, Pisces. You got the Wild Offering card called Confidence. And the card reads, divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. You make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence, O love. Grant me courage I never knew I had. Now comes the Moonology card called Cardinal Moon, and the card says, be bold and make the first move. The card is one of the special moon cards, and the card's message is, now is the time to be bold, even bossy. Take matters into your own hands, Pisces. Cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They are determined and great at organizing. When you get this card, it strongly suggests that you are going to need to be all those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you are asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you worry about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want, Pisces. If you are serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way, to step up as the leader. Attune to the moon and say, I am taking charge of my destiny. An additional meaning for the card could be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid recklessness or moving too fast. Come into your power. The time for action is now. And ask Ganesha, the Hindu elephant god, for help. The teaching here is, in astrology, there are 3 quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Remember that the cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, and each have all 12 signs in the chart for different parts of our lives. It is just the way the astrological wheel works. These are the signs that like to get things started. Again, it's Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. They like to get things started, and which are the natural leaders. So when you get a card, you also get this power. Okay? No matter when you draw this card or get to hear the message, it is a sign that something new is starting, and you quite possibly need to take the lead on it. Okay, Pisces? Sounds great, I think. Now comes the Celtic plant, and the card that came up for you, Pisces, is the Birch. The Birch was seen by the Druids as the tree of birth, a symbol of new beginnings. Beth, which means birch, is the first letter in the Ogham alphabet and the first month in the Celtic tree calendar. Brooms were often made out of birch twigs, as birch was believed to have protective qualities. The White Lady of the Woods, also known as the white birch, stands slender and graceful with long branches reaching toward the sky. This tree is rarely seen standing alone. It is most all the time growing in some grove. The birch symbolizes graceful femininity and light-filled grace. People with a birch personality tend to be very gentle in nature and do not stand alone, but are joined to others as supportive and close allies, showing devotion to their beliefs and having a strong desire to make others happy and to enhance growth and development. The birch is a chieftain in the Irish Celtic tree attributes association, and the birch is related to the tarot card, the star. It represents the bardic grade of Druidry, the youngest of the ranks. Beth or birch is the first Ogham and resonates with the number 1. Its color is white. In the Oghamic alphabet, it is the letter B. The animals associated with the tree are the pheasant and the white cow, and its plant is the fly agaric mushroom. Birch also represents the common everyday work performed to make a living, rather than being associated with a specific occupation or trade, as in the case with other trees. The birch has protective and magical abilities, along with the role as the herald of new beginnings. A tree of extreme hardiness, birch thrives in places where the oak tree would die. The wood of oak is good for building due to its strength and durability, and the birch is resilient and magical, has properties with such resilience of fiber, and this is why the birch is very special as the tree. In ancient times, brooms made of birch twigs were commonly used to drive out the spirits of the old year. The birch is also the tree commonly used by the shaman to climb the sky ladder to make contact with the gods of the air and the tree is associated with air and winds. Maples were often made of birch, as were the twigs used to ignite the fires of Beltane, signifying new beginnings and a fresh start. The Yule log is traditionally made of birch also. Cradles made of birch are said to protect the newborns of harm. The leaves of the birch can be brewed into a tea that treats infections, stimulates the gallbladder and kidneys, and is said to dissolve gravel and kidney stones. Birch was used for fires by the Druids due to the highly combustible tar in its bark. This tar is furthermore believed to be good for the skin and can be used to treat eczema. Interesting, right, Pisces? Now comes the Celtic Shaman's pack, and the card is called the Keeper of Letters. And this card is an Empowerer card. And the card shows us the Keeper of Letters, Ogma, a bearded male, head rises like the sun over the land, into which are carved letters in Ogham script. The transmission of all traditions, first by word of mouth and then by the written word, keeps alive the ways and beliefs and practices of any people. When searching for the deep and hidden meaning of things, what better companion could one ask for than the keeper of letters? Ogma, so he is called, opens for us the path to spirit letters and the voice of the sacred woods. The lore here is the Druids forbade the use of writing to record knowledge, since oral memory might thereby be diminished. However, this did not mean that they forbade writing for other purposes: inscriptions, messages, and prophetic utterances. Ogham was credited to the invention of Ogma, Ogmios. It is a system of inscribed letters, examples of which are found carved on standing stones throughout the Celtic world. It is also known to have had a deeply mystical relationship to trees, and we find many lists of Oghams in which the 25 letters are identified with particular species. Because of this, it is considered the voice of the trees, an encoded spirit language for sacred and magical use only. The Ogham tract in the book of Belimot tells us that, quote beginning, Ogma, a man well skilled in speech and in poetry, invented the Ogham. The cause of its invention as a proof of his ingenuity and that his speech should belong the learned apart. The father of Ogham is Ogma, and the mother of Ogham is the hand or knife of Ogma. Quote end. In this guise of Ogmios, the same figure appears in Gaelic tradition as a god of light and the transmission of tradition. The Greek writer Lucian of Samosata described him as being like Hercules, carrying a club and bow, such as are often associated with the Greek heroes. However, the true nature of Ogmius is shown by the fact that he is leading a happy band of people whose ears are attached by chains to his tongue. The sense of this being clear enough that the transmission of lore is from the tongue to the ear. The fact that Ogma is also called Sermite, honey-tongued, and sun-faced connects him both with the power of eloquence and with the light of the sun. He is also named as one of the sons of Dagda. For all who seek the especial wisdom of words and who are dedicated to the preservation of the Gaelic tradition, he is an important companion. Now you are asked to take a journey, Pisces. Travel to the center of the ring of carved stones. Along every edge and angle are carved strings of ogham. From between the stones a figure comes whose face and hair are radiant with light. Ogma, for it is, hence your billet of wood on which are carved words in ogham. Their meaning is for you alone, and even though you may not yet know the meanings of the letters, the content of the message will become known to you. So Pisces, journey to the ring of carved stones and then receive your message. Okay? The message is for you and you alone. Gosh, I wish to know what message it is, nosy me. Wouldn't you too? Well, do that, Pisces, travel there and get your message. Okay? Thank you, Pisces, for listening. I wish you a wonderful day and the rest of a good week. And I hope you come back next time when I have another reading for Pisces. Have a wonderful day, Pisces. Goodbye.